G'day guys, and welcome to another YouTube lesson. Today we're going to continue looking at the influences in establishing a small to medium enterprise, an SME. We're going to be looking at two syllabus dot points, personal qualities and their influence or impact on SMEs, and also source of information and its influence on an SME. Now, personal qualities, what are they? This refers to good personal qualities the person or that a person needs in order to have a positive impact, influence on a business. Some good personal attributes or qualities that will help a business succeed include qualifications, and some of these things, like if you're going to start up a sole trading mechanics business, you need to have your appropriate mechanics TAFE diploma. Also skills and motivation, i.e. if you're not going to be super motivated to own a small business and work long hours, then you're going to suffer as well. It's another very important personal quality. On top of that, you need to have entrepreneurship, the willingness and the want and the ability to be able to take a risk in life. And not everyone can do that. Personally, I've never been able to, hence why I teach business studies instead of actually own my own business. So the personal quality of risk versus reward and entrepreneurship. Cultural background can play a major factor in whether you own a business or not. Certain cultures have ingrained in them to a degree that want, that drive, that family experience to own a business, whether it work with their parents in the business that they own or whether it's to start up their own. But it's part of a family culture and an ethnic culture too, that their culture tends to enjoy owning and running businesses. Gender in the past massively also has played a role in terms of an influence on a small to medium enterprise. So, qualifications. Qualifications can come from a range of sources, a range of places. It could be university with degrees, TAFE, diplomas, certificates, and through business or other private colleges. If you do not have the right qualification for the industry in which you wish to work, then you're not able to actually own a business in that particular industry, unless you're going to employ other people who are trained and qualified to work for you. I.e., if I'm wanting to start up a doctor's surgery, a GP's office, I mean, I can own that, but I'm not a doctor, thank God, and I can't see patients. I don't have the medical degrees and qualifications. I need to employ registered and trained and probably qualified doctors to do so, which would be very expensive and often would not occur. Now, skills. Skills are experiences and attributes of the worker. Some important skills needed in a business include good interpersonal skills, such as communication and effective listening skills. Other very important skills include operational knowledge and skills, by being able to cut a hair if you're a barber or a hairdresser. You also need exceptional organizational skills, marketing skills, financial skills, HR management skills, overall problem solving and decision making skills are also vital for the success of a small to medium enterprise. Motivation. What's that? Because that's an important influence, important impact on an SME. Motivation is the desire or willingness to do something. Business owners often work far longer hours than regular employees, and we're talking about 50 to 60 or more hours per week. As such, motivation is a vital, very, very important quality for a small business owner to succeed. If you are an owner and you have that drive, that motivation, you are much more likely to see that your business succeeds. Entrepreneurship. What's an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is someone who organizes and operates a business and is prepared to take greater than normal financial risks in order to do so. And it is often an undervalued quality. We need more entrepreneurs. People aren't often prepared to take that risk. And as I've said before, I'm certainly not. So tip my hat to those who are. The most important aspect of being an entrepreneur is the willingness to take on risk. This is much easier said than done, as I said earlier. In order to be successful in business, the owner must not just have all the other qualities. If you are organized, if you have all of those qualifications that's needed, if you're motivated, hardworking, and so on, that's all great. But in order to be successful, one of the biggest determining factors is, are you prepared to take that risk? And most of our successful entrepreneurs and business owners have failed many times over. Remember in the last YouTube lesson I talked about pretty much 75% of businesses, that's 3 out of 4, fail in the first 5 years. You need to be prepared to take that risk, to understand that that is the risk. And if you have a ticker in you to do so, that doesn't just guarantee success, because you're still going to fail 3 out of 4 times at least. But it is a good starting point. Now, cultural background. How does this relate to business, and how is cultural background a good aspect for being a business owner and a successful entrepreneur? Well, firstly, what's cultural background? Cultural background relates to the ideas, the customs, and the social behavior of a society. It refers to your ethnicity and the background of where you come from. In some cultures, there's an expectation to set up a business. And this is where it's linked, and there is. Whereas in other cultures, there's a strong expectation to go to uni, get a business degree, and work for a large company. Depending on where you live in Sydney, depending on your cultural background, what your parents think, some will say you should get into business. Everyone, get into business. That's the way to succeed. Other cultures, other parents will say, no, definitely not. Play it safe. Become an employee, work for a company. So in the Sutherland Shire, there are many tradespeople, and that's not a coincidence. Many children grow up seeing their parents owning small, sole trading businesses, such as plumbers, electricians, and carpenters. Right? So it's not a surprise that people in that area follow their parents into business. They may be a totally different trade or not one at all, but they see their parents have owned business and they do likewise. Another example, if you're a Thai Australian background, then you're more likely than someone who is of French background to open up a Thai restaurant. So many different cultures will lend themselves to different types of businesses, and some cultures prioritize being an employee and that safety above other cultures where it's commonplace to want to own and set up your own business. On top of that, many migrants and children of migrants have very strong work ethics and often do quite well in business. And they've seen that as their opportunity to work hard, to own their business, and to achieve well in life. It's been quite successful for them. Now, gender, whether you're male or female, how does that have anything to do with business and its success, and do certain genders get involved in business more than others? Well, there is. It's changing and rapidly, but traditionally, men run more small businesses than women, and more business in general, often as a result of many men owning and operating trade-related businesses. So often these small businesses are plumbers, carpenters, and so on, and they've often been heavily male-dominated industries. This is rapidly changing, which is a great thing. We should see more and more, and we are seeing more and more women owning their own business, and they're equally capable of doing so. But as society changes, and the narrative of what women are able to achieve changes to that equal that of men, which again it should be, we are seeing more women starting up their own businesses, and also in industries that have mainly been male dominated. Now, source of information. What's that about? This refers to the various places that you can get your information from to help you in operating and running your own business. Some of the sources or places that you can get information from include government departments, local councils around things like zoning, various health regulations. You can see the New South Wales Office of Fair Trading and the New South Wales Department of State and Regional Development, New South Wales Small Business. You're also able to get information from engaging in business courses that can be as entry level as Year 11 and 12 business studies, going to TAFE, getting a diploma in business, or going on and getting a Bachelor of Business or Commerce with a university degree. You can also get paid information. You've got to pay for it yourself, but very important information from accountants or solicitors. All right, guys, thank you for listening and see you next time. Goodbye.